Hi there everyone and welcome to the first Let's Play Dwarf Fortress by Pastryt, part of the THT Team. Today I plan on going through the basics of world generation with you. I'll also go through what Dwarf Fortress is, for those of you who don't have any idea what it is. I'll also tell you a bit about my setup and what I'm doing. Now most Let's Plays generally, they're kind of a bit of a tutorial as well. I'll try not to make this a tutorial. What I really want is some kind of user participation. I'd really love it if you could, if I could have some of your ideas and how you feel about it and what you want me to do. I can try and do that for you. Basically, so we can make this fun for both of us. You can either jot your views down in the comment section on the YouTube video, or you can go to our forums, which is tophattavern.com, and you can go to the theatre thread, the theatre subforum, and then you can post your views and comments down, and I'd love to hear your feedback on this. It would be really good. For those of you who don't know what Dwarf Fortress is, I'll just run it through with you. Basically, you can download the game from bay12games.com. If you haven't already done that, go do it now. I really recommend it. It basically is a kind of a strategy game, like a bird's eye view strategy game, which involves you creating a fortress with your dwarves to try and keep them safe, healthy. Keep them, make sure they have something to do, otherwise they get bored. Make sure your fortress is well defended, and make sure you've got your digging and your mining, and you're getting your gems and stuff, because gems make dwarves happy. There's lots of other elements to it. There's farming. You can send off your dwarves to hunt. There's lots of fighting elements to it. There's all sorts really, and I will hopefully go through these with you. Like I said, I don't really want it to be a tutorial, but it may turn out to be like that, but I'll try not to. My setup, what I'm using, is I'm just using an completely unmodded Dwarf Fortress. The only things I'm using, with the exceptions of that, are the Phoebus map graphics tiles set pack, and I am using Dwarf Therapist. Dwarf Therapist I'll explain at a later date, and I'll have a Let's Play with that. All I'm going to say now is that it is essential once you get roughly over 20 to 30 dwarves. The in-game management system really isn't good enough at the moment. But the Phoebus map pack, I keep calling it map pack, I really should say tile set pack. This makes the game a hell of a lot nicer and a lot easier to deal with. The trouble is, if you have it on the bog standard ASCII characters, especially if you're a new player, it is really overwhelming and really confusing. So I really recommend this tile set pack because it is a beautiful tile set pack. You can see much more clearly. Dwarves actually look like dwarves this time. Grass isn't necessarily a comma, an apostrophe. It makes it a hell of a lot easier, as you'll see. But to begin with, what we're going to do is just create a world today. When you first download the game, you won't see the start playing at the top. You'll just see create a new world. So what I'm going to do is go to create a new world, and then we're just going to, well, as I said, create a new world. You'll see this menu. What we need to do is, to begin with, if you're just setting off, I recommend a smaller world, or small. Then you can get large. Then you can have a large world if you want in your next few games. The next three kind of options, they are more of a novelty factor. They don't really have too much of an impact on your game itself. What they do have, a history has an effect on the world generation, in the sense that it will generate. It won't take as long to generate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that on short. Number of civilizations, I'm just going to leave that as normal. And number of sites, this is the number of unique places where events happen. I'm just going to leave that on medium. It doesn't really matter. Number of beasts, natural savagery, and mineral occurrence all relate kind of to the difficulty. Number of beasts is to do with the number of larger beasts and how common they are. For fun fact, I'm going to leave that on medium. Natural savagery, this is to do with areas within the world that we're going to generate and how savage they are. Generally, more savage areas have more beasts or more vermin or more kind of like wolves and stuff like that, really. Mineral occurrence is to do with how often certain minerals and how rare certain things are. So if you put it on everywhere, there's going to be more adamantine, more kind of rarer gems. If you put it on very rare, for example, there'll be a lot more stone than there will be gems and stuff. We're just going to leave that on sparse because we don't want to make it too difficult for ourselves the first time we're playing it. So just press Y to go, and it should build our world you can see here. As you can see, our world is now done. What I'll do is just run through the areas with you, what everything means, what symbols mean, etc, etc. As you can see on the left, we have what it was doing, but you can see below that it says the age of myth, the year 125, and we also have some statistics. We have the historical figures who have lived, we have those who have died, and we have the number of unique events that have happened in the world. Excuse me, we can explore these later on another date, and I will show you how to if you want to, but excuse me again, sorry. For this purpose, we're not going to. Let's have a look around the map for a moment. You can see that on the right, sorry. We can see here, you see these kind of rock things here that I'm hovering over. You see that little yellow X? That's the cursor. You can move with the arrow keys. What we're hovering over at the moment is kind of the lower mountains. We have higher mountains here, which are kind of like the arrowheads. We have, I'm not too sure what these light blue areas here are. I could find out for you. I will try. We have some rivers though here. You can see those. We have some unique places, which are kind of the noiseless desert, the dune of scales, the unthinkable horns. These there's loads of weird little regions it makes up. We can also see the civilizations that are here. We have the an elven forest, sorry, here. An elven forest, so an elven forest home. That's where the dwarves live. Not dwarves, sorry, the elves live. I'm getting my words all wrong today. I do apologise. We have some more elves. We have some kind of evil areas here, which I was talking about in the natural savagery earlier on. These kind of purple areas represent evil areas or savage areas. I can show you that in the next stage when we set off and where we choose to embark. These areas, like I said, tend to have more beasts. They tend to be more dangerous for your dwarves and harder to live in. We have some rolling hills kind of here. We have some human fortresses and hamlets around here also. We also have like the South Pole kind of here, which is, you can see all this ice here, frozen ice here. We have some tundra as well. Lots of forest. What else do we have? These kind of areas here, you see the yellow areas, they generally represent kind of hot desert areas. I'm not sure why they're so north. I'm not sure about the brown areas though, I do apologise. And the large blue areas obviously represent the sea. It's not a bad map, it's not brilliant. There's a bit of bits and bobs everywhere. But we will go through the embarking. I'll go through the embarking stages next time. We're just going to accept this map for the moment, so we're just going to press enter, and it should take us back to the menu. from here we can now go into our world and play there. I will show you how to do how to embark next time, but so I'll give you a chance to download the game, and you can explore it if you want, or you can wait for me. It shouldn't be too long before the next video is out. If you do go ahead, just be a bit careful. Try not to be too off-put to begin with, because it can be a bit daunting. There's help, but there's no kind of manual, there's no kind of tutorial to take you through the steps. You kind of have to learn everything yourself, and I will go through that with you next time. Like I said earlier on, I'd love your feedback, so if you want to go to the forums or just post your comments down on the comment section, that'd be fantastic, and I'll see you next time.